Hey investors, welcome back to Fiscal Voyage. I'm Felix. In today's video, we're going to talk about the recent downturn in the market. If you guys have been following the market, the past week or two, 3 weeks or so, a lot of dividend stocks been pulling back, and that gave some good opportunities to buy some shares. So that's what I did. I bought 3 different stocks last week. They're all in the REIT section. And we're gonna go over these 3 stocks and tell you why I bought more shares. So we're gonna go to my interactive broker, my statements. You can see here I bought NNN 3 times, OO 3 times, and VICI 3 times. And you can see here on December 18, 19, and 20. So in 3 days in a row, I was buying shares as it was coming down. You can see here in NNN, I spent around 2,200. 2,200, and VICI 2,200 as well. So it's kind of even out all these trades, and I'm going to show you why I bought shares of these companies. So first off, let's go to the fast graph, and we're going to look at O first. And you can see here, if we move the price, the company has been growing earnings very nicely over the past 20 years. And you can see here earnings grown at 5% annually compounded. And the dividends payout ratio is very nice at 74%, so dividends well covered. Earnings are expected to grow next year at 3%, and in the following year 4%. So it's been continue to grow year in and year out. And now we put the price on the chart here. You can see here, anytime the stock was under the orange line, which is a multiple of 15, it's been a great buying opportunity. There's been a lot of times where it's over the 15 multiple, and you can see here now we're back under the 15 multiple, and this is why I bought shares. And I'm going to show you technically why also I bought more shares of this company. And first off, you can see here it has a 12.7 multiple, AFFO yield of almost 8%, a nice dividend yield of almost 6%, is an A- credit rating, long-term debt to cap ratio fair. And overall, it looks good. This looks great. This is what I like to see. Analyst scorecard, if we go to forecasting first and long-term growth, you can see here they're expecting around 3.8% annual growth rate. So if it stays at a 15 multiple for the next few years, you could still have a nice return of 12 to 13% annually. So that's why I like this company. And then we go to normal multiple here, and let's do a low multiple of say 15.27. You can see here around 18-19% annual rate of return for the next few years. So that's all looks good. And now we go to NNN and why I bought this REIT as well. You can see here same kind of story. It's been growing over the 20 years, almost 4%, 3.81%. Earnings AFO is higher than O at 8.22. Dividend almost 6%. O has a higher dividend. And a triple B plus credit rating, a little higher long-term debt to cap ratio, but still looks undervalued. It should be a multiple of 15 or 15.8, and you can see here if it gets to around 15.8, we could have a 22% annual return for the next few years. FFO is expected to grow 2% in 2025 and 4% in 2026. We go to forecasting long-term growth. You can see here is about 1% growth. So this here is not as attractive as O, but if we go to normal multiple, you can see why I bought shares. If we go to around 14, you can see here it gives you a 17% annual rate of return if it stays at this estimated earnings potential. And if we share in this time period, you can see here it still looks undervalued. A 12 multiple expected to give about 15 to 18% annual rate of return. Over here, if it returns to a multiple of 16, you can have almost a 25% annual rate of return for the next few years. And I'll show you why I bought shares of that. And now VICI, I bought shares of this one as well. If we move this chart here, you can see here again, forecasting long-term growth. You can see here almost 3.4%. You can see here around 10% annual rate of return for the next few years. No multiple. If we get the smallest one, which is around 15.93, you can see here around 20% annual return if it stays at a multiple of 15 or 16 multiple. And estimates here, you can see here expected 3%, 4% growth in the next few years. undervalued. You can see here there's been times it was undervalued. It went up over here, went up. So it's kind of expecting the same thing. And if we go to back to a multiple of 16, you can see here on another 20% annual return. So a lot of these companies, these three companies, are great dividend stocks. They pay almost 6% yield. They grow these dividends. Their credit ratings, investment grade ratings. The long-term debt to cap is fair. AFFO yield over 7 to 8%, dividend yield almost 6% on all three. So this is why I bought shares on all three of these companies. Now we go technically, I'm gonna look at this one here on O for the 3-month chart. You can see here it's right at this moving average on the 50 moving average. It bounced here, bounced during COVID, bouncing here during this time period, 2023, 2024 bounce. It got as low as $45, and this is where if it gets around $47, I'm gonna be buying more shares. So right now I'm gonna hold what I have, but what I'm seeing here is kind of like you can see here more or less, or kind of right here, is a bull flag right at the moving average here. So with some news or whatnot, it should drive the stock higher. Earnings are expected to continue to grow higher, and it's right at the 50 moving average here. And then the next level will be the $45, $47 area, where I'll be buying more shares of this company. So right now I'm going to be holding off. And you can see here on the monthly chart, that $45 is right at that 200 moving average on the monthly, and you can see it kind of bounced in that area here and here. So I'm kind of expecting kind of the same thing. And another reason why I bought shares is here. There's kind of like a lot of congestions here, so we could see a potential bounce, kind of like a buy setup. It resisted here, it broke out, it's coming back to where resistance was, and now support, and it should drive the stock higher. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. But that's kind of why I bought more shares at this level for O. Now if we go back to NNN, here you can see it's kind of the same story on the 3-month chart, right at that moving average here. A lot of bottoming tail here, strong support in this $40 area. So this is why I bought shares. And that moving average on the 3-month, on the 50 moving average, you can see here it kind of bounce here, bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. So it's kind of what I'm expecting here. And on the monthly chart, you can see here it had a bottoming tail here to look like it's going to go higher, but with the news of no more rate cut next year, it's kind of what drove a lot of these REITs lower. But we got a lot of consolidation here, and the next level I'm be buying will be around here at $36, because you can see here it bounce here, bounce here, bounce here around that 200 moving average on the monthly. So that $37 area, I will be buying more shares of this company. And if we go to VICI, here you can see here this has been a fairly new company. It came out in 2017, so the 3-month moving average is not that great on the 50. But if we go to the monthly, you can see here it's right kind of near that monthly average, around $30. It's a little lower than $30 at $29.24. And the next level I'll be buying is around this $27 area, which I have an alert set up on TOS. You can see here a lot of bottoming tails here, a lot of strong resistance. And not only that, if we go to fast graph, it's still undervalued. So we have a lot undervalued stock with a lot of support here on the $27 areas, kind of, and this was resistance. So if we draw a bar here, you can see here this was resistance, resistance here, resistance here. Now comes support, support, support. Right in that support area, I bought shares, and I will be buying more shares around the $27 area if it gets lower than where it is now. Another $2 drop or so, I will be buying more shares. So that's kind of what I was looking at when I bought these companies. And I hope you guys like this video, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and like this video so you can see more videos of my analysis and my buys and sells and things like that, and what I'm thinking about what's going on with the market. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.